Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Man United Agenda. And I'm joined, as always, it's Friday, and it is just after the Brazil game. I'm a bit disappointed. Cameroon didn't make it, but listen, we're here to talk all things Manchester United. So make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Hello, everyone. Welcome back. I don't know what happened there. It's always for me. Every time I hit the music, it just doesn't seem to work. It always sort of fizzles out a little bit. But listen, we're not about that life. We're all about the Man United agenda. We're all about Pat, sir. How you doing?
I'm fantastic, lads. Happy Friday to you and to all the family in the comments.
Brilliant, brilliant. Mark, how you doing, sir? All the way from Australia?
Mate, I'm from Australia, so, you know, do I need to say any more?
Love me.
World Cup. Who can believe it? Australia
qualified. That's brilliant. Absolutely fantastic. But we're going to come to Australia and talk a little bit about it. But before we go anywhere, we just want to talk about Jack. Jack, sir, how are you doing? Thank you so much for coming on again. Jack just finished his stream to jump on the channel straight away. I thought, you know what, Jack? I swear you cut your guys a little bit short to come here as well, didn't you?
Yeah, I did. I didn't do any outro on it at all. I said, right, I have to go. The link is in the top of the chat. Come follow me over and you'll listen to me talk over there. But no, it's great to be back. Appreciate you guys having me on again. Our schedules haven't kind of synced up the last few weeks, but great to be back.
It is good though, Jack. But can I let a little secret out before we go on talk? So I contacted Jack. I was talking to Jack I think it was last week. It could be the week before that. And I went to Jack, oh, you fancy joining us tonight? Friday night, obviously. Jack went, I'm not going to lie to you. I think you said you're doing a stream, and straight after the stream, you're going to put the Christmas tree up. And I was thinking, Christmas tree? It's not even Christmas. It's not even December yet. What are you talking about, a Christmas tree?
It was last week, and so the missus said to me, she said, that tree is going up because she's working, you know, every weekend for the next couple of weeks, and I'm doing World Cup games most nights, and she said, that's the one night I have yet to put that tree up, and I need things being tucked down out the attic, so no, you're not doing it, basically, so...
Brilliant, absolutely brilliant. But it's a pleasure always having you on as well. Always having you on. It's great. But let's go in and talk quickly about Australia. And Mark, you must be absolutely buzzing right now. Australia qualify in that group. I couldn't see it really how you're going to qualify, but listen, respect, smashed it, killed it,
mate. Thank you for saying that, Solo. We try and keep it humble in Australia because it's not the first code of football. In fact, it's the fourth most popular code of football, and it probably falls behind cricket, tennis, and swimming as well. If you saw the level of athletes that bang out 15 to 18 Ks a game of AFL, you'd be impressed. You know, there are some great athletes, but a lot of these guys, they've done a great service to Australia. Really proud of them. Also like to shout out to Emma, who's a Dane, who's a regular here on the show in the comments, a good mate in the comments. Commiserations to Denmark. Someone had to lose. And also big up to Japan and the other great teams from our qualification zone that made it through. Look, it's a bit of a miracle, isn't it? I can't believe Australia made it. I think on the show here, I predicted we would win 0 games in qualifying and go out bottom. So it goes to show what I know. But Australia, we win more medals in the Olympic Games pretty much than any country per capita of population. I don't know what it is about Australia and athletics, but we seem to be able to do stuff. And Argentina, they know us. We've had to fight it out with them a few times. We used to have to qualify through South America's fourth best team, and we've played prime Maradona a few times back in the day. So we're looking forward to another battle with Argentina. And Australians, they're not the most technical or brilliant team. But the one thing Australians always expect is that we will try harder, work harder, and give it our absolute all, out on the pitch. So, I'm buzzing. I can't lie.
Mark, I must say, you're far too humble, man. You're far too humble. Jack will tell you what the Irish are like if we win a game, let alone qualify, right? There's open back trucks going up and down the road. with mothers, fathers, children of all age, dogs, maybe at the odd horse going up and down the road as well.
Someone said it to me in my life. What would happen in Ireland if they won the World Cup? I said there wouldn't be an ounce of work done for at least a month, and every credit union would be drip dry of money.
Well, guys, listen, I'm not even going to go into if Jamaica even make it to a World Cup, but you know,
Can't make it.
I do want to say one thing. Actually, I apologise, Solo. Not many people know there's actually a bit of a story behind Australia's qualification. Because of lockdown, Australia had to play all but one of its qualification games overseas. They were locked out of the country.
Wow.
They couldn't get back home. Some of them, were local players stuck out there. They couldn't come back because then they couldn't play in the team. And actually, the curse turned out to be a blessing because Australia ended up playing almost all its home games in Qatar. So we barely scraped through. You know, everything's been against us. We got through on penalties to qualify, third behind Japan and Saudi Arabia. It's been a miracle that we got here. And honestly, I've got to pinch myself and give credit to the guys. So, everyone whose country's out, we're the ultimate underdogs and we appreciate any support we could get because we really have no business being there. So it's an amazing story. It's the ultimate underdog story, and I'm really proud of the boys. So yeah. Anyway,
there's a comment for you straight away, Mark, from Stumpy Candletop. Hi guys, I've been to Australia many times. I watched the 1991 Rotterdam final in Perth. Hands up, man! I'm a Perth man myself. Love it.
Right. This is all down to you guys. Guys, 19 in the chat. If you're new to the channel, please give us a like and subscribe. If you're not new, just give us a like. If you can also become a member of the channel as well. So let's go first things first with this sponsorship for us, please, sir.
We are now sponsored by Global Mapping Surveys. Global Mapping Surveys are currently assist architects, property developers, and construction companies all over the country. They offer a wide range of services such as sending out topographical surveys, 3D laser scans, monitoring, and the link is in the description for the website and the contact details below.
Thank you. And before we get started as well, guys, we are going to go quickly flick through some of these comments. So, Pat, sir, would you mind doing that if I remove this off the screen?
Of course.
Thank you.
Now,
can you see the highlights? You can see them, can't you?
Yeah, I can, yep.
Yeah.
Okay, so we have Omundi saying, hi to the great panel. Looking forward to tonight's show. We have Zoe Media's House saying, hi guys. Big up to Zoe. We have the top man, Bill Baggio. Evening, lads and ladies, in the comments and on the panel. We have Zoe again. Wow, Brazil's second string team are not so good, is what she's saying. Kay Slater.
Big up as always, sir.
Solo and Lawless are like peanut butter and jelly. They just go together. Thank you very much, Kay Slater.
Big up.
Appreciate it. Michael Cooney, go on the Aussies. Another one for their man, Mark.
Big up.
Box, congrats to Australia. Stuart Marshall, big ups to the guys. Oh, Emma Kay, you only went through because we are... She must be talking about what you were talking about earlier on, Mark. Emma Kay said, Box, we are so bad. Absolutely embarrassing. We let the turtle put 2 past us. Who's the turtle?
She might mean the guy who scored the goal.
Oh, I know, yeah, but who was it?
Do you know? His name's just gone right out of my head.
Emma, you're going to have to help us out there. We're really sorry.
Somebody in the comments, I'm an embarrassed Australian. I've forgotten the name of the guy.
Emma Kay, I had Denmark getting to the quarters at least. Omundi Juma, well said, Mark. Aussies always given 100% at sport.
Matthew Leckie. Turn
Leckie.
Denmark inside out.
But still, he's a turtle. Okay, we'll give him that one. Stumpy again. Hi, guys. I've been to Australia many times. I've watched the 1991 Rotterdam final in Perth. Love it. We have now, okay.
You got Vincent in the building as well.
Yeah, Vincent. We have Vincent. Hi, guys. We have a new one to me. Is Ben Alcock, underdogs. Maybe a good thing. Playing
I've just
no
watched.
Pressure.
Ben is a member of United Community.
Yeah, Ben has come over from my channel. Yeah.
Yeah.
Welcome, Ben. Omundi Juma. Hi, Stumpy, Campbell Top, Box, Michael Cooney, Emma Kay, Stuart Marshall, Vincent Bullock, Ben Alcock, K-State, Bill Baggio. Ben Alcock, thanks for tuning in. And thanks to Omundi Juma for taking me bread away.
He took the bread away. Oh, you're joking me. Listen, on Monday, you need to sit there. Seriously, yeah. Pat, he gave me his last slice of bread, and then all of a sudden you came around his house and then he took it away and gave it to you. What about loyalty? This is what the problem is. Absolute no loyalty. I am embarrassed. I'm ashamed. I am ashamed. I'm on there. How could you do that for us? So, right, we're going to kick start the show, guys.
Emma Kay said the turtle is Mbappe.
Oh, interesting. Right, we're going to kickstart the show, guys. So there's 18 in the chat. If you're new to the channel, just give us a like and subscribe, please, guys. It makes the channel grow a bit more. But we're going to start off with the first topic, and it is that man himself. Pat, over to you, sir.
Okay, so Casemiro's 3 crucial demands before sensationally signing for Manchester United. Manchester United fans welcomed Casemiro from Real Madrid in the summer, with the Brazilian making a 70 million move from Spain. Since his arrival, Casemiro has quickly become one of United's most important players, with Erik ten Hag himself describing the midfielder as the cement between the stones. The Brazil international has added much needed steel and grit in the midfield, in the middle of the park for United, which has made the whole team more defensively resolute and compact unit. The Manchester United news reports that when the Red Devils were secretly plotting to move for the player, representatives, the 30-year-old had 3 key requests. They were relayed to John Morte, and Samuel Lockhurst relays the conversation with Casemiro progressed. He told the United football director, John Morte, he only wanted to know 3 things: where he lived, where he trained, where he played. What a prima donna. I have to go off the card here for a minute. Get him off the screen. I can't take any more.
Oh, brilliant. So I'm going to come to Jack first. Jack, you're signing for Manchester United. What is the 3 things you're looking for? What is the 3 main things you want as a player coming to Manchester United? Because I know what my 3 is. Was one of them was, but I'm not allowed it anymore.
I mean, as any Manchester United fan would be, it's just a chance to play for him first and foremost. You know, you could look for things like the number 7 jersey, which, you know, is obviously iconic. But, you know, I think and it's something we've sorely missed over the last maybe 4 to 5 years. It's just standards. And I think this is what Casemiro is bringing. You know what I mean? He's bringing quality standards, you know, and maybe some of the things, you know, that haven't come out. Maybe he probably said, I don't really want to play with Scott McTominay, or I don't want to do this, or I don't want to do that, you know, secretly in the background. But it's just great to see someone with a bit of standards coming through the door. You know, and the kind of professionalism he brings with it, I'm all for it. You know, he just goes about his job without any fuss, without any giving out, just marshals that midfield, you know, and just says to everyone else, just come on, follow me. You know, so I'm all for it.
Yeah. In the comments as well, guys, just get involved in the chat as well. What would your 3 wish list be signing for Manchester United? My one's a bit of a comedy one, really. One of mine is where the nearest KFC is, but, you know. Listen, after a game, nothing beats a KFC. Let's go, Mark. Mark, obviously, it just shows there was the part of the story as well. He did actually, someone went and actually recorded the corridor leading up to the actual training, sort of like to the gym itself. Now, Ronaldo's come out and slated that gym and said the quality equipment and things that wasn't good enough. So if Casemiro wanted these sort of 3 things, and one of them was the gym, is the gym in that bad situation that Casemiro would actually sit there and say, you know what, let me go sign for Manchester United?
Do you know what? Casemiro is a player after my own heart. And I think everyone knows that I'm just, Stuart Marshall. Go easy on me, guys. I've had a lot of sleep this last fortnight. Look, Casemiro is a player after my own heart because he's not what you'd call a precious prima donna. My gym is right here, just to my left. It's just weight is weight, you know, and Casemiro is not some high maintenance, difficult softy, afraid to put his foot in, afraid to put himself in the line for the team. He's exactly what we needed, and dare I say it, he's really captain material, isn't he? What a man! Like, you know, I don't know what my top 3 things I would need, but I know what, you know, Casemiro's top 3 things, even what glass of water, Arsenal player to kick, and a toothbrush. You know, like he doesn't need anything, man. He just goes, just point me in the direction. He's a bit of a Terminator, and he just whatever needs to be done. It's like even the other night with Brazil. It's like, oh, we're desperate for a goal. Oh, yeah, Casemiro, I'll just get it. I have to kick a worldie. Oh, no worries. You know, I'll do it. You know, whatever we need. He's an amazing guy. Like, I'm a huge fan. And look, I've got nothing for you. I've got nothing for you. What do I need to join, man, mate? Point me in the direction. You know, I'd pay them.
Lads, I love him.
I love him.
I think everybody loves him. Like, even Brian Robson's coming out and saying, like, this fella's fantastic. Now, when Brian Robson's coming out and saying you're a good midfielder, like, that's the top of the pile, giving you the plaudits there, you know? He's turning around and saying, like, he's basically saying that what we're all seeing, he's in the right place at the right time. You never see him break a sweat. He always makes the right challenge. Brian Robson even said he plays the ball forward like Paul Scholes. He didn't say he's as good as Paul Scholes, but he plays the ball forward like Paul Scholes. Now, if that's not a compliment, that's unreal for me.
That's something he went under the radar with a lot at Real Madrid, because he had Kroos and Modric beside him doing all of these unbelievable passes, that it went under the radar, you know. And it's something that surprised me an awful lot. His range of passing was way better than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah. He was carrying them. He puts his ego to one side for the team, and that's what we've learned about him. And that is the greatest quality you can have for a leader. And what's more, I'll point out, I think he started 10 games for United, and we've won 9. You know,
see the thing
straight up the bat. And look at Brazil. Sorry, Pat, I apologize. He starts, they win. You know, I don't think he's ever lost a World Cup game for Brazil. I'm quite sure. You can correct me in the comments. But on top of that, as soon as he doesn't play tonight, they lose.
Yeah. Him and Fred haven't lost a game for Brazil playing together.
Fred's obviously lucky. My God, is he lucky?
Listen, Stuart Marshall, we got problems here. We've got 99 problems, and one of them is you. We're not selling Fred.
See, think about Fred. I'd like to get your opinion on this, lads, because I just think Casemiro's out of this world. I mean, it goes to show how poor our midfield's been since we've lost the likes of Paul Scholes and Michael Carrick. So at the World Cup, you can see he's more effective in the 4-3-3. You can see he gets more of a freedom to roam forward, a bit of a license to go and have a shot on goal. As we've seen, he took a nice shot on goal. Like, at this stage now, if someone had after what I know now from seeing Casemiro, because I wouldn't have seen a lot of Casemiro, you know, I would have seen the odd glimpse of games in Champions League. But I in hindsight now, I'd pick him over Frankie de Jong any day of the week from what I've seen so far. So if we were to play in a 4-3-3 for Manchester United now and go for that more attacking role and give him a bit of a license to get forward, who would play beside him? And obviously...
Can I say Fred, or I'm not allowed to?
No, it's up for debate. That's the whole point.
The one thing I think there is that he had two not very attacking players in, say, Modric and Kroos when he was at Real Madrid, and he has two very similar players at Manchester United in terms of Eriksen and Bruno Fernandes in terms of style of play. So I think it's probably going to suit Manchester United to have him as a more defensive player and allow the likes of Bruno and Eriksen to go and do that, say, job that he's been doing for Brazil. You know, we don't need him to get forward. You just, like Ten Hag said, be the cement between the stones and just mop up anything that hits us on the counter attack, you know.
And with that as well, Jack, it's when you look at it, and you're right with what you're saying about sort of him doing the dirty work, he make the dirty work looks very easy. He reminds me again of when people look at players and talk about great players in the Premier League and stuff like that. I look at the likes of like Michael Essien as well. He was another one as well. He was a quality player. You look at Makelele as well. You know, it's sort of like he makes the job look so easy. for us, and it also allow players to sort of go a bit further on as well. And he's doing a job of like literally two people. What Scott and Fred was trying to do last season, he's come in and he's almost doing that one job where, you know what I mean, he's just cleaning up, making such a big difference in this team.
He reads the game so well. That's the difference, you know.
Yes. He's like a less aggressive Wayne Rooney playing in midfield. He's everywhere. He's everywhere, and he sacrifices himself for every team he plays in. He done it at Real Madrid. He let Kroos and he let Modric take all the plaudits for that midfield when he would have been doing so much work in that background that we would never have seen, because we don't get to watch him week in, week out. Well, I didn't anyway. So he's doing it again at Manchester United. So that's what the point I'm trying to get to is, if we play a 4-3-3, we'll probably see we'll see the best of him. We'll see the Brazil Casemiro.
Yeah.
He is a complete midfielder. He really is. He's got it all. Like, there's nothing he can't do. You know, I mean, that's the thing that, as Jack alluded to earlier, I think his passing range, his shooting, things that he really wasn't lauded for or was allowed to do at Real Madrid. We've seen that actually he can do it as good as anyone on the planet. You know, he's got it all. He can just, because he can tackle, because he's so good, he's been asked to do the donkey work for these other guys. But quite frankly, I think he's always been the star. And
by the way, how good is he in the air?
Oh, yeah. What doesn't he do? Honestly, no hyperbole. What does he not do? He's got it all. He's a full package.
I'd say if you went around to his house, he'd make you a savage seafood chowder. Do you know that?
He reminds me of the John Daly of golf. Do you know that clip of John Daly where he just turns up with a fag in his mouth? Where's the first tee and what's the course record?
Yeah. Or you could do Happy Gilmore as well, the movie. You know, sit there with hockey sticks to play golf. Well, what's the prize money? And I'll go out and do it. But no, go on.
Oh, he's such a consummate professional, Casemiro, that he even has a bit of research done for him before every game on the referees, so he knows their names and the names of their kids and where they live and everything about them, so he can go out and have a nice chat to them, so they don't give him the card. Like, he's amazing. Like, he's
in case
he's a business.
A model professional as well, and it is almost like what we said right at the beginning. There's such a difference between him and Ronaldo, and with him, he's such a level-headed guy, and his performance on the pitch and the way he drives on the pitch as well. For me, it's such a massive difference, sort of like missing out. How many years we've been crying out for, like, again, underrated player at Man United, Michael Carrick, very underrated at Manchester United. We've been crying out for a player like him. We've been crying out for a player like Paul Scholes. Now we've got a player like Casemiro in the building. And for me, it just shows the level that Manchester United can go now. And it's all good things for Manchester United. Because as what Jack alluded to earlier as well, having him, Eriksen, you know, and Bruno Fernandes sort of alongside, that's a match made in heaven. I'm not expecting us to win the league this season or challenge for league this season, but probably next season start stepping up, like pushing ourselves. I don't know what you think about that, Jack.
Yeah, I mean, I said, you know, on multiple occasions in some of the videos that I've done that I would be happy with a league challenge in Ten Hag's third season. So this year is finding his feet. Next year, secure top four, third season, then have a go, you know, a real go at challenging. I'm in absolutely no hurry with this manager at all, because he's doing everything, in my opinion, right. I think he handled the Ronaldo situation so well. If you remember back to when he first got the job, he handled the Harry Maguire situation really well in terms of, is he going to retain the captaincy? And he just said, yes, he is. That doesn't mean I'm going to fucking start him. You know what I mean? But he can have the captaincy.
Jack,
whatever you want.
Watching. I'm on this watching. Be careful what you say, yeah? I'm on this watching.
I can see the comments fizzling.
You know what I mean? But he's done that perfectly. And I think he's proved as well, which was one of the most positive things with him, is that he's proved that he can get the transfers right. Look at who he signed. Has any of them not worked yet? Now, I'm sure there are going to be signings later on down the line. It's bound to happen where a signing doesn't work out. But I think he's gained that trust and that, you know, that. And I think as fans over the last few years, we're kind of saying, is this a manager signing or is this a Man United board signing? And I think them days of worrying about that are gone now, because I think Ten Hag knows who he wants and he knows who he wants to get. And it looks like the board are backing him now. So I have got nothing but time. You know, if it takes 2, 3, 4 years, just strap in and enjoy the ride.
Yeah, I think you.
And he's got a great haircut.
It does.
But yeah, I think you're right in what you're saying there. It's just about backing the manager. I know on this channel, once Ranick's left the club, I think we made sort of a thing where whatever manager come in, we have to stick by the manager. We have to stick by the philosophy and actually back him. And, you know, I backed him 100%. I think as a manager, certain players there, you can see such a big improvement on them at the moment, a huge improvement. You know, you're looking at, but there's some players that the jury's still out for them, but they haven't really and truly played this season. And I'm going to be looking at like the likes of Wan-Bissaka, who hadn't really played so far this season. Luke Shaw looks like he's trimming. He's going to have a boxing match soon. That's how lean and, you know, Luke Shaw is looking at the moment. I think, again, Scott McTominay looks half decent again whenever he plays this season. So a lot of players has improved on him. Rashford seems like he's back again. So it's about the belief and the confidence the manager is giving these players. Again, unfortunately, with Martial, his injury as well. But again, he looks good under Ten Hag as well.
I would love to hold up a picture of Marcus Rashford last year beside Marcus Rashford right now. Besides that stupid haircut he lost. Right, he looks.
What are you trying to say?
He looked terrible, going around with a head like a pint of Guinness. Right, he's terrible looking.
I was going to dye my hair the other day.
Yeah, but then we'd have to stop using your camera. You know what I mean? he looks so much. He even looks a little trimmer and everything that he does. So it's obviously the Eric Ten Hag effect.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
But
I think a big one with Rashford as well, though, is that I think he said himself he was playing with an injury last season as well. So, you know, you do have to kind of take that into consideration. But I totally agree with you, Pat. He's absolutely transformed. He has a smile back on his face again, which is great to see.
Yeah, 100%. What we want to do, guys, is we are going to go through some of the comments now, Pat. And then what we want to do is we're going to just throw some of the comments to you guys, for you guys on the panels to answer as well. So if you guys got anything for us, please ask us and we'll answer it for you. Yeah. So Pat, would you mind going back to where we spoke about the three things? The three things that we'll get.
That's Stumpy. There it is, right? So Stumpy's already declared his love for Casemiro, saying he's already changed the name of his cat to Casemiro.
So
Omundi being our pet lover, he's come in and says, Stumpy cannot top, laugh out loud. He certainly has that kind of impact. That's a cool name for the cat. Bill Baggio, the tree would be for me to shake hands with Fergie, shake hands with Sir Bobby, and one free punch at the Glazers. That'd be a tricky one. You'd have to hit all three at once, wouldn't you, Bill?
Ain't gonna happen.
Omundi Juma, Casemiro is somewhat understated for Brazil and Madrid. It's the mentals and character that really make him a beast. We're lucky to have him.
You missed this one. Because me and Stuart now, that's it.
All right, 3 things I want to sign for United. 1, sell Fred. 2, sell Fred. And 3, yep, you guessed it. Point Fred back, is it?
Yeah, we back Fred.
I think Omundi would want 3 hugs from Harry Maguire, wouldn't he?
Or a portrait. You know?
Oh, brilliant.
Ben has come in and said, just a contract. That's all I need to play for free for a year. That's fair enough, Ben.
There's no media.
Zoe is saying, do you want to click on them, Errol? Yeah.
No, you go.
3 things: cheerleaders, made captain, sack Darren Fletcher.
We've got this one here. Kalula is in the building as well. Let's just say hello to her.
Hey, Kalula. There's a story where as soon as Real Madrid won Champions League, Casemiro announced that he wanted to leave, and my theory of Frankie de Jong was always a smokescreen.
I think that's an interesting comment, actually, because without a doubt, the ultimate professional, Ten Hag, he knows he was in constant contact, as he kept saying, with Frankie de Jong. And I think that we were working on the Casemiro deal for a lot longer, because deals with Real Madrid and a top player that didn't actually want to leave don't take 5 seconds. I think we were working on that from probably weeks after the Frankie de Jong thing really broke, because there's no way that took a week to do. That took months. We were secretly working on that, and that's the new United under Ten Hag. Sorry, I've got all the sun. The dawn sun is hitting the window across.
Send somebody over here. Send some to us.
No, it's first day of summer. It's like it's a belter. It's 30 degrees.
Oh,
oh my
oh,
God.
well, I know it's cold here right now. And for Jack and Pat, I know it's going to be even colder where you are.
Yeah. Sure, it's fine weather.
I bet you guys in shorts and t-shirt right now, isn't it?
Yeah. Flip flops and socks everywhere.
What are you on
we
about?
go, you know?
I'm in Qatar here in the studio.
Oh,
There you go. I think that might be for the best.
oh.
Back away. Was either
Omundi, so we hit the comments again. So Omundi Juma, granted he has to have more time to adapt to the Premiership. It's a great challenge for him. He has to be targeted and bullied a little as a welcome. So we'll get to be a bit sharper. So Stumpy saying I would like Rice and Casemiro in midfield.
Let's ask the panel because Omundi has got one. So we have got a little bit of conversation with Declan Rice as well. So it's basically coming out. Apparently, City are interested in Declan Rice to sign him. Obviously, he plays together for England with keep forgetting his name now. His partner for England. What's his name?
Phillips.
Calvin Phillips. So could that be a statement with intent for them to be playing together as partner for City? Jack.
Yeah, how many more defensive midfielders do Man City really need? You know, now look, I'm a fan of Declan Rice, and I think he would be a fantastic signing for Manchester United. However, I do think there are players out there with his ability for a lot less money that West Ham are looking for. So again, it all comes down to, a transfer budget, and potentially if we have new owners hopefully by next summer, that there's going to be an influx of or an infusion of cash in relation to new signings. But if we're looking at a similar situation to what we had, say, in the summer just gone, where you're talking 150 million, maybe 200 million in terms of a transfer, we're going to need another 5 or 6 signings again this summer, and the signings we've made in the summer just gone have been fantastic, but I still think you can see how paper thin our squad is. If we get a couple of injuries, we're struggling. So I don't want to be, I won't say wasting it all on Declan Rice, but I don't want to be, putting all of my chips in on Declan Rice, signing him and then having nothing left for anybody else. But
yeah, dead right, Jack. We bought Anthony for 100 million, and a month later we're playing Anthony Elanga again.
Exactly, and that's the worry. And so and I go back an awful lot and talk about Ralph Rangnick and how I think it was a big mistake in letting him go, because he can find these little diamonds in the rough, these young players on their first and second contracts looking to make a name for themselves, and I think that was a big mistake. But Ten Hag seems to have something about that as well with him. So again, I will say what I always say: I'll trust the manager in his judgment because he's got it right so far.
Mark?
I personally think what we really need is a bit of a water carrier, an 8, someone who can drive the ball forward from defense through the transitions. Someone like Jude Bellingham is, high on the list. Frankie de Jong again, admittedly.
Do you think that ship sailed, Mark?
I don't want him anymore. I'm sick of the sound of his name. I'm not going to lie. He's not Casemiro.
But if we got him a knockdown price, you would accept him though, because I would as well.
And he has to change his name though, Errol, as well, because Mark's not happy with his name anymore.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that's right. I'm not. Look, I think Enzo Fernandez is another one. I like Palhinha.
It's in the comments as well about him. Someone just put that in a comment as well about him. Have we forgotten about him as well? Someone did as well.
Yeah, there's some really. I totally agree with Jack. There's some super players out there who are going to be a lot less, and I like the idea of having a midfield 3, maybe, Bruno, I think, can play as an 8 as well, and I don't think it hurts Bruno to be a bit more disciplined and just tone down the Hollywood stuff. And I think that allows Casemiro a little bit more freedom. If we get maybe another 8 and we play the team maybe like 3 8s with, slightly, do you know what I mean? Like Casemiro slightly more defensive, and just sort of mix it up a little bit more of the total football that I think Ten Hag probably wants to introduce, where players get to, and I think we've seen that already with Casemiro getting into the box a bit more. And I think that's his way of playing, and I think we need to look at, midfielders. If you play for Manchester United, you need to have a more rounded skill set. And no offense to Fred McTominay, I really like them, but probably we could get better, and guys like Enzo Fernandez and Frankie de Jong probably do a little bit more. They have a bigger skill set.
Right. There's a question here from Omundi as well. We're going to use it.
Do you think Casemiro was a last-minute.com signing or a long-term?
Oh, that's been answered already.
That's been answered, yeah. That's Mark debunked that one already, I think.
Yeah. Let's give Jack one. Is there anything for Jack? Let's do Eddie. I've seen a few, but
they're after coming in so quick. There's so many down here, in fairness.
Yeah, there is quite a lot of comments there. But let's listen. What we're going to do is we'll just go through some of the comments still for us, and anything we pick up we'll use.
Okay. All right, so Bellingham partners Rice at the World Cup. Kalula thinks Rice is too expensive.
Yeah, I think we've alluded to that as well.
Not if Apple buys us, then he's just change.
Pocket change.
Yeah, we can outbid anyone.
Here's 100 million you dropped down the down the chair earlier in the settee.
Stuart Marshall saying he doesn't rate Bellingham, just another Sancho.
Oh, I don't know. Grumbles against in the agenda. Grumbles.
Omundi Juma, Rice has impressed me. He will be a great signing and secure our midfield for years to come. It took me ages to appreciate his game, but now I am converted. And I'd be honest with him. If you pay 150 million for Declan Rice and you get 10 years out of him, it's a drop in the ocean, really, isn't it?
Yeah.
For the likes of Manchester United and the money we have squandered in the past.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. It is. It's quite sort of true what you're saying, because the amount of money we've spent over the years trying to sort of, it's almost like you got. I'm going to use one of Talk's analogies now. Analogy, should I say? It's like you got a barrel. It's got a leak on it, and rather than going out and getting sort of like the proper equipment for it, you get some chewing gum, just stick it up there, and then obviously give it a week later, it's going to start leaking again. Oh wow, I like that one. I'll take it. I'll definitely take that one.
So Zoe Media's house has said, I don't understand the fans wanting another CDM in Declan Rice. We have Casemiro and Eriksen in them positions. Why pay 100 million for a player that will be on the bench? So that kind of goes back to what I said in the possibility of Ten Hag going to a 4-3-3. Is that because he feels he hasn't got the players to play up top, as well as having a few players in reserve in midfield?
Well, I think Casemiro is probably at an age now where we don't need, like, if we go for Declan Rice, it's going to be Rice or Casemiro, you would think. Yeah. I think Casemiro has easy, and we can see how big of a professional he is and how well he looks after himself. We'll easily get 2 or 3 years out of him. I would be saying if Declan Rice was available in 2 years' time and Casemiro was 2 years older, then brilliant. Let's go and start the transition. But I think we're okay. Now, again, you could go with maybe a young, hungry, up-and-coming player who's looking to learn the ropes and understudy to Casemiro. I think it's probably a better option. But I think as long as Casemiro can stay fit and healthy, I don't see why we'd need to change him.
Well, if that's the case,
from Emma, I was going to say.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that's fair enough from Emma. Actually, it's exactly what I was going to say now. I'd say it again. Let's just get one of the boys from the academy to become the type of player we need and use them instead of buying all the time. And we do have Charlie Savage and Sedan Iqbal who have been playing beside each other since they're 6 years of age. These fellas can really read each other's mind. They're playing with each other, and they're both fantastic footballers. So Zoe and Emma, spot on.
Spot on.
Yeah, spot
this
on.
is a player though. So Felix, it's like at the moment, the rumor is in Spain that him and Diego Simeone don't get on, and the fans at the moment have turned against him because he's not doing what the manager want him to do. So for me, this is a player I would not want at Man United. It seems like he's a problem player. I wouldn't want him at Manchester United. I watch Spanish football, and I'm going to be open and honest with you. I don't see, before he signed for Atletico Madrid, yes, I could say, yes, he was a good player. Since he signed for Atletico Madrid, I can't see what he's done, really.
Yeah, but who's done anything under the negativity of Simeone's football?
It's true.
And
You know what I mean? And I think that I totally agree where you're coming from. And the more and more that we're getting on the Ten Hag train, the less and less I want these big marquee signings. But I have a feeling that this young lad just hates the style of play under Simeone and he wants out. You know,
quite expensive as well. How much is it?
Yeah, absolutely.
well, the only thing about it is, lads, he hasn't played a lot of games this year, right? And he's chewing on the bench a little bit. So I don't know whether it's the Spanish media bringing up a few stories, because it only came out in November that Simeone said, no, he's part of my plans. And he's going to say that anyway, regardless of the situation. But I think it was the 14th of November. Felix came out himself and says, no, I'm happy here in at Atletico. I want to stay at Atletico and I want to stay fresh here. Now, once again, you wouldn't know if he's just coming out to say that either. So it's very hard to read between the lines of what's going on with this fella, you know?
Yeah.
Quick one.
I think the World Cup was the reason for a lot of players not wanting to shift clubs and say, I want to stay and remain fresh. That to me is code for the World Cup's coming up and I'm not moving anywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Quick one.
true.
We'll just say hello to Rich Sports in the building. There's a couple of comments here because there's a question here as well. I want us to read out as well. Big up Robin Norman as well.
Robbie, Pat using the AOL CapEx analogy.
Oh wow, Omundi agree with the analogy I gave as well. Even brilliant. Someone's got my back there, and there was one I saw. We're going to look at Ben as well. What about Madison? So that's another one for us.
Tillemans and Madison. I think the Tillemans train has bleeding past. What do you think, Mark? Because we had an opportunity to get him in the summer.
Not for me. I like them. They're both excellent players, but I think we're really looking at them like, are they better than Bruno? You know, what do they bring to us that we don't already have? And, you know, as much as we've got a lot of money to splash around with Manchester United, there is a limit. And I think we spent really wisely. I think getting Casemiro, as we've all alluded to, was like the right way to go. And I think that's really where they were falling in. I'd like, you know, and yeah, just to allude to the youth, I wanted to just throw Mainu's name in there as well, another midfielder coming through that we've got in regards to the youth. But I think the concern I have with the Portuguese fella from Atleti is that what Jack said about the choice of players, no DHs, you know, that seems to be the rule of Ten Hag. It's the personality is really important, which is something that Ferguson had in spades. What kind of man you were was integral to whether you got to play at Manchester United, and that's gone out the window under Woodward. And we've had some guys that just don't have the right attitude, and you know they want you to build a gym for them, you know, not just take a video of whatever you got, and you know. That's why I really love Casemiro so much. You know, that attitude is what we're looking for. And I fear that some of these guys, they need to like impress upon us as a club, I think, because this is a big club that they've got that right attitude. And I don't know about Tielemans and I don't know about Felix, whatever his name is. What's his name?
Felix.
Quick
João
one. There
Felix.
was a question here. Sorry, we've gone off the question here about what Zoe is asking here quickly. Just this is something that Zoe just came up with because we've got loads of questions, guys. So after this one, I want to just fly through some of these quickly.
100 million for Declan Rice or 50 to 60 million for Joshua Kimmich. What do you reckon, Jack?
Oh, that's a tough one. I mean,
How old is Kimmich, though?
Yeah, how old is Kimmich? That's a good question.
In the comments, please.
I mean, in transfer fees, what's an extra 40 million really? You know, if
just a few change in the bottom of the city.
Yeah, you know,
jam jar money in the Premier League. You know,
exactly. So
27.
If
27, I was going to say 26, but I didn't want to put my hand out.
Well, there you go. I mean, yeah, I mean that's
pay the money. £60, 60 minutes. Pay the money. Just pay it.
Yeah, that's prime. You know, that's a lad in his prime. Now, look, you know, if you're talking, you know, you get 10 years out of Rice. If you're getting a Kimmich in at 27, you're getting minimum 5 years, 6 years maybe out of him as well. So that's a toss of a coin for me. It really is. I would take either.
Yeah, good call. This one, Rit Sports in the building. Are you muted, I think?
Remember when Cole was loads of money from Rich Sports?
Oh, yeah, Nicole, he was talking about Mike Green, big up, long time.
Big up to Mike Green.
And who's in the building? I see Robin. Oh, hold on, actually, let's go here. HE Gamer.
HG Gamer would rather sign a player for 40 million to 45 million. I think this is the price for that Real Sociedad holding midfielder.
I think what Jack said earlier about getting those hungry players that are 23, 24, about to take the next step, you know, that's what we really want. Players that are hungry, not guys that have done it. You know, of course you get Casemiros that are amazing that you want to influence the whole team, but we're looking for players that are going to, you know, fall in behind Casemiro and have the right attitude. And I think those 23, 24-year-olds that are obviously got something special and have the right personality is what we should be looking for.
Cody Gakpo looks like one of these type of players, really, that's looking to make a name for himself. He really does.
And all these superstars that left us with the likes of Cavani, for example, and don't get me wrong, I love Cavani, but he was only with us there last year. And all of a sudden you're looking at him at the moment for Uruguay and you're going, if we pined over losing him and he was dirt.
Yeah.
There's no other way to put it.
You got Robin Norman.
Robbie Norman, I'd say Bruno's value has gone up. Glad now we've locked him in. Now, in fairness, Robbie, I did see something about Real Madrid.
And it's trending again today.
In looking at him, yeah, that's not going to go away. Box is saying, yes, Rich. Yep, it's coming. Close shop. The last few windows seeing Burnley snare Weinshorst from the Champions League teams. Wolfsburg leads outbidding Italian champs Milan for a player. Stumpy, Felix is younger than Gapco. That's true.
Wow. So what we're going to do here quickly, sorry, I've got some newbies as well.
Big up the Jules.
Big up Jules, welcome. Let's see, one more comment, and then we've got Kimmich 27 as well. So guys, listen, we've been going for ages now, 47 minutes, and it's gone really quick.
So much for half an hour.
It's meant to be half an hour and we've gone this time. So guys, let's give a big welcome to the channel. Jules, welcome to the channel. We've got Zoe as well. Let's get the last comment up from Zoe.
Casemiro, Eriksen, Bruno and Kimmich would be the most deadliest midfield in Europe, and I think Kimmich is gettable.
Brilliant, brilliant. And like I say, would like to say welcome to the channel, Jules, and welcome to the channel as well. I believe it's Ben, if I remember rightly. He came over from Jack's channel, Ben, as well. So welcome, guys. And listen, we'd like to say thank you to every single... Oh, who's this as well?
Ignore the agenda and politics. Best World Cup ever. Okay.
Yep. For upsets, 100%. 100%. I agree. Totally could not disagree more. Oh, sorry. Could not agree more. Saying disagree now. Jesus. Wow. I've lost it. So guys, listen, let's find out where we can find Jack, because we need to make sure we can find Jack, because Jack, Tyron Williams as well is in the building, sir. Long time no see.
I hope so. Get us Kimmich as soon as possible from Tyron Williams.
Yep, there you go. Jack, where can we find you, sir?
You can find me on my YouTube channel. It's called United Community Channel. I'm also on TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, all of them good places. Mainly uploading videos to TikTok and YouTube. All of the World Cup watch-alongs, Manchester United watch-alongs, so on and so forth. So, yeah, you can get me there.
Thank you. And it's always a pleasure having you on, sir.
Yeah.
Always a pleasure.
Thanks for having me.
Last comment from Tyrone there.
From Tyrone, it's been the best World Cup since 1998. I hope Brazil win it.
I wanted the African country to win it, but it ain't going to happen now. And let's go. Mark, sir, where can people find you in your social?
Well, people can find me on Twitter at Graham, GRAM 860239987. Don't write it all down at once. Don't know how I ended up. It was a random one. But yeah, that's what it is.
Oh, brilliant. Pat, I don't even worry about where I'm finding you anyway. I don't need to worry about where you find you. But no, guys, listen, the time went quick. So we didn't get through every single one comments. There's 18 in the chat, guys. Make sure you're giving us a like, share, and subscribe. We are on the road to is it
2.6 we're nearly at now.
2.6, nearly 2.6. Yeah. So just make sure you're giving the channel some support. And remember, guys, go and check Jack out as well. Absolutely fantastic person, and also does support this channel a lot as well. So make sure you are going over to Jack and helping and supporting him as well. So here we go, Jack. Mark, there's respect for you. There's respect for you, Jack. And thank you, Zoe, as well. Appreciate it as well. And we have got plans for a few bits and pieces that will be kicking in hopefully by next week on the channel. So just make sure you keep an eye out by setting your notification bells. And when the channel go live, you get it as well. So guys, from us on the Money Agenda, thank you so much as well. Matthew Bassett, a member as well. Appreciate that. So guys, from us tonight, we'd like to say 3 things I want from my contract at Manchester United would be KFC, honey, lemon and ginger, and a run after work. That's
And
it.
a bit of that pineapple punch.
Nah, I'm allergic to pineapple. I'm actually allergic to pineapple.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm allergic. I'm from Jamaica and I'm allergic to pineapple.
That'd be like me
Don't
being
ask me.
allergic to Guinness.
What? Oh, you don't know what you're missing. You don't know what you're missing at all. Jack, when you're in the pub, I bet you're sitting there knocking 3 or 4 of them back in it. You're sitting there going to pat, yeah, I had a couple, you know.
Yeah.
Oh, brilliant. Absolute quality. But guys, listen, absolute pleasure. We'll see you very soon. I believe we'll see you on Monday night at 9. England are playing. Is England playing? England playing Sunday. So we'll see you at 9 o'clock. And I believe we'll be joined by Andy Tate as well. So make sure, if you haven't seen Andy Tate on the channel yet, make sure you tune in for that as well. But from us, good night.